Yes. You know, when I was writing the books, and I spent hours and hours, you know, working with geometry and designing things to be able to represent the whole knowledge, because it's based on geometry and pure geometry of nature. And I think I made a video clip demonstrating how did I made the book.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then, well, to do the geometry is one part, then to correlate the knowledge of related to the geometry and the human body, mind, you know, brain, the hormonal cycles, nature cycles, to correlate all of that plus cultural elements and spiritual elements, that's a whole complexity. And then suddenly I arrived to moments in which I say, all right, this knowledge is bringing me to that path, but I have no recollection, memory whatsoever of any tradition, field of knowledge, teacher, or trainee whatsoever I have received before that tells me that in that direction there is something to do. You know, I was just like, when you're walking in nature and you see all of these pathways that people go through, and then suddenly you enter the forest, the wild forest, and then still you see there's some trails, you know, that humans walk through, and then you deviate a little bit of the trail, and suddenly you look carefully and you see there is a path, but who is walking that path? And it's not too many people, and maybe I feel there is a path, it's an opening, it looks like a path, but I don't know if it's really a path. Maybe I get lost in the forest. So you just walk it and you trust it. um, this has happened so many times, you know, for me in the work of research, trusting that the principles I'm working with that are so nature inspired, nature is not an accident, you know, it follows principles, it works in certain intelligence behind. So if there's a pathway that to walk, something will come up that makes sense, and I never been there, so let's go and explore, you know. And gladly I arrived to new discoveries that were totally unexpected, and they were right, and it brought me to more discoveries and more research and more knowledge that today is extremely useful for all my customers and people I'm working with. So and now looking at your cat, I remember one day doing this type of exercise in the forest in Austria. I just went for a hike, for a whole day hike, and I went out of the trail and entered the forest, and I noticed there was this little pathway going under, you know, the trees, high enough for a deer or an animal, a fox, to walk through. So I said, okay, let's do that. Why just to walk always as a human? So let's do explore nature as nature look at nature. So I started following that trail. I would go to my knees and walk that path for 1 hour or two. And then suddenly I arrived to a wonderful spot in the middle of the forest, completely green, clean, with moss, beautiful trees, the sun coming in, noticing that spot where the animals rest and relax there, totally protected. It was like a sanctuary, you know, that the animals know how to arrive to. And the only thing I did was just to follow a trail that was left there, you know, by somebody else who was possible to follow. And I think that's also has been my mindset for exploration, you know, archaeological expeditions, going to nature, learning, working with geometry. Yeah, there is a trace there. There are pathways that nature has left for us. And if we walk the path and use the principles, we will arrive to discoveries and insights that probably no other human did before. Maybe thousands of years somebody else discovered, you know. So I think it's a great adventure, and I hope many people will join us, you know, in the following months to go there.
I hope that too.
Yes, knowledge is a thing. I mean, you know, some teachers of yoga and schools, you have read all of these books, and there's so many schools of yoga. Why do you think there are so many schools of yoga, so many yoga systems? You know, there's so many popular teachers of yoga too, you know?
Yeah.
Why that diversity is so necessary?
It's just different way of exploring the same, just, you know, just opening different paths, but I mean, destination will be the same. It's just the exploration and unity, but different ways of looking at that. It's just different perspective and giving the students choices, you know, different, investigation possibilities.
Choice. It's like
It's a choice.
you have the opportunity to decide if a specific technique or method really matches your interests or your qualities, you know? And then, yeah, I don't know, it's like more than 100 different yoga systems, I think, there is an international association of yoga schools. With yoga schools are registered, yoga systems are registered, hundreds of them. And some years ago, I remember writing a letter years ago, 2014, writing a letter to that organization saying, hey guys, I discovered this. Would you like to include me? I'm still waiting for the answer. Probably I wrote 2-3 emails and was like, come on guys, and you'll start talking, because I really would like to share with those experts of all these yoga systems, say, hey, we have something here of value. But it is not so easy to bring by the knowledge back to organizations, institutions that believe that they are the main holders of the ancient knowledge. You know? It's not simple. I remember talking with, for example, practitioners of Chinese medicine and students of the I Ching, and telling them, I have discovered a system that's ternary, not binary like the I Ching, but it's correlated to the I Ching. Yes, we use a system of 3 elements and 9 elements and 729 element systems of using only 2 and 64, like in the Ching, but both are correlated. How do you like that? And it was like, wow, that cannot be possible. So we go on all of these conversations. I know here in the Netherlands also some traditional Chinese medicine practitioners, wonderful people. We're having all of these deep conversations, you know, about in which deeper layer of reality all of these systems make sense together, right? And how it's important to keep consistency in a system of knowledge, because it has been designed in such a way by somebody has been successful using it in such a way. And we cannot just mix up things, because then we don't know what we create. And I totally believe in that principle, you know? Yet, what if geometry, sound, and frequency, mathematics, are really the universal language that can connect everything, you know, together? And I firmly believe that that's how it works. And I think I have discovered some pathways to get there, but it's going to be the work of our generation, the future generations, to really change, you know, the way we see knowledge, and, you know, through mathematics.
To dive into the ancient knowledge, because our ancestors were well aware of how it worked, I would say, how everything worked. And it was, I think what you are researching, it's really it's rediscovering what was the ancient knowledge, something that was that like everyone knew back in the past, and it's somehow we lost it. We lost the connection with that knowledge.
So again,
for some reason.
Yeah, for some reason. I think, yeah, you can see archaeology. We have also cycles, you know, in which civilizations disappear. And I was talking with a student of the university that wants to join a mentorship program with us to become an entrepreneur. And he's dedicated so much to circular economy. We have this very special moment. He was sharing about how important will be to completely transition our civilization to a circular civilization. And we're elaborating on how we will look like, you know, if we become completely circular. That means that maybe we will create things and objects that can go back to the system, to nature easily. But if we think about that, then our civilization, if we come to that point, will leave no trace. And suddenly we got a thought.
True.
We got a thought, what if, just what if, ancient civilizations in the past were highly advanced and circular, so we will not have a trace of the technology and knowledge because we'll be completely merged with nature and we will have no idea how advanced they were. And that thinking baffles me all the time because we look at ancient civilizations, you know, based on our understanding of technology. But if we look at our own future technology, we may end up creating a civilization that leaves no trace. And that brings me back to the past, you know, to learn what it did. How did they do that? The principles they used. And so, yeah, I think it will be a double mirror to dive deeper into this, certainly.
Yeah.
What is the journey for humanity at the moment? Can we see that through the practice of yoga? What is the journey that yoga suggests to human beings?
I think to reconnect with the, reconnect to humanity. What's the meaning of being a human being? I think that's the main aim of yoga practice today. Just reconnect to human values.
It can be that simple, right? It can be that simple.
Mm-hmm.
And you see me now talking about this abundant knowledge and exploration. But to go into that journey, there is one simple thing you need to do. Is to reconnect to who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And that can be direct. You don't need so journeys of years of experience, you know, discovering things here and there.
Yeah, but at the core, just the real core of the whole story is just reconnect to who you really are. It's just a human being.
Totally. Civilizations will come along, right?
Yeah, someone put it once. I still remember this quote. It's not about. We are not human doing. We are human beings. It's just about being.
Being who we are.
Yeah.
Who we are. And each person is so unique. And I think to connect to that uniqueness and the wealth, the value that that uniqueness can create for society, for their own journey, for the families, is so important that people take the time to listen to themselves, you know, to listen to life, a life within themselves. And that can take a few minutes a day, only a few minutes a day.
Yeah, absolutely.
To stay there. Then I think when we do that step, then any other journey of exploration becomes a bonus of the adventure. But, right? We need first that foundation.
Yeah, that very moment is so powerful that will do wonders in different aspects of your life.
Elenade, thank you very much for sharing with me this time and this conversation.
You're very welcome, and thank you for the opportunity.
Is there maybe something else that you would like to share with our audience, that you would like to share with them today?
And just be ready to explore.
Yes, that will be one of our motivations in the school. It's all about exploration. Have fun, be playful, explore, connect. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You too.